Greetings to each and every one, every individual at home. Bongo Audio Visual. Yeah, as we know, I've been promising that I'm going to be talking about uprooting because it is your first journey, basically, to building your garden. The garden is a representation of kingdom. And previously I spoke on why this is a very important phase in your life. The phase where you don't have anything. The phase where you're actually taking your L's. Experience is something that books won't give to you. They might share the knowledge, but experience is even more better. Books won't buy you that. So maybe they might buy you the experience of knowing what's going on, so you get the experience to see what's going on, get the experience to hear what's going on, read what's going on, but you don't deal with the emotions of it because it's not coming from you. Hence why the previous video was important. But now I'm going to be talking about like going through it taking and consuming too much of your energy. Guys, this is the testing time in whether can you use the power that you have. You might be asking me, what is this power that I'm talking about? My philosophy on power is the greatest power that's ever been granted to you, the one thing that can change your life, the one thing that makes the people of authority where they are, and how you misuse yours actually determines where you actually are. Is it knowledge? No, it's not. The greatest power to get granted to you, I hear people saying that knowledge is power because of databases. Yes, people who have information are in an advantageous position as opposed to the person who doesn't have any form of information or any form of knowledge. But when we think about it, there's 4 different forms of power. You have referent power, you have expert power, expertise power, you have coercive power, the power to punish when a person doesn't obey, reward power, and lastly, we have legitimate power. But what is centered in all of these things, in all of these forms of power? Referent power, expert power, coercive power, reward power, the power to reward a person for doing good, and lastly, the power that comes with the seat, which is legitimate power. What is central in everything that is considered power? What is the one thing that defines power? It's decision making. People do not understand their power. Hence why suicide always comes in place. I'm going to be talking about, I know I talked about suicide prior in the previous video. I'm still going to be talking about it because there's a lot of people going through this phase and want to take their life because they have nothing to look forward to. They don't see the power they possess. The power you possess, the power to change your life, it is decision making. The ability to choose from the options you have. I said information gives you an advantage, but it's not power. Because compare the person who knows but doesn't have the decision or doesn't have the ability to make the decision to the person who still can make the decision but doesn't know. The person who's still in a powerful position is the one who can still make the decision. You choose the people who stay at power, political party, the people that you vote for, even though they know less than you do. But you put them in a powerful position because you trust their sense of judgment, you trust their form of decision making, You believe in the decision-making process. Now, I don't want you to misuse your power in this time and day. Jacob went through his trial. He got sold off by his own brothers. He didn't have anything. It was in that position where God gave him the vision. And he decided to actually share it with the people and to be of service to God. He used his power in accordance. It paid off in the future when he actually shared his dream with the servant, the guy I believe was a baker, and the guy who I believe was working with also with wine. He talked about and he interpreted their dream. He was going through the most as well, but look what it did for him. And it was not the first time that Joseph was going through that. Joseph went through that even prior to that. The king of dreams. He went through from being sold by his brother to being a slave to working his way up with his master to actually being plotted against by a woman who actually sexually desired him. But he still stuck to his word. He's not gonna do anything that is against his morals, and that's what makes a man. That's what makes a man. But I'm gonna be talking about the essence of a man in the next video, not now. And if you're looking at all of these phases and these times, decision making says, and it speaks a lot of volumes because it's your power. You don't know how to use your power, you'll take yourself. You'll take your life basically. Your body is your temple, and you will destroy that temple of yours because you don't know how to use your power. You have to find ways around it. Whether you find 3 habits, one that makes you money, forget about your reputation and who you are, because this is the moment of uprooting. All that thing that you actually had or were known about, your reputation, the guy with the swag, forget about that. Put your pride aside. Whether you decide you're gonna find a habit that makes you money now, a different one, one that actually ensures and encourages that you actually study a course that you actually wanted to study, and as well as one that is a slow investment that's not gonna pop today, but it's gonna pop tomorrow, be it that you're putting out content or you are investing. It's up to you. You can take these 3 form of habits, but these are the things that are actually gonna change your life, because the moment you're not busy is the moment you're gonna be thinking and regretting all the things that were in the past. You have nothing to look forward to. You have to stumble, you have to fall, my guy. You have to experience all of these things. But that's it for me today. That was a video on what is the greatest power granted to men, and that is decision making. Do not misuse your power. To Uprooting, tune in to the next episode. May you multiply. Cheers.